Kia ora tātou. Hey, today I've got this really cool book. It's called Camille and the Sunflowers. It was written by Lawrence N. Holt, and it is a Francis Lincoln children's book. It's all about a famous artist who lived quite a long time ago, and his name was Vincent Van Gogh. You might recognise some of his paintings. Where Camille lived, the sunflowers grew so high they looked like real suns. Wow. A whole field of burning yellow suns. Do you like sunflowers? Do you know that they turn their faces towards the sun as it goes across the sky during the day? Every day after school, Camille ran through the sunflowers to meet his father, who was a postman. Together they would lift down the heavy sacks of mail. There's Camille and his dad. One day a strange man arrived in Camille's town. He had a straw hat and a yellow beard. He looked around with quick brown eyes. I really like the way that this author is describing what is happening. So he's described his eyes as quick and brown. I wonder if you know what that means. "I'm Vincent the painter," he said, smiling at Camille. Vincent moved into the yellow house at the end of Camille's street. He had no money and no friends. So there is Vincent the painter. "Let's try and help him," said Camille's father. So they loaded up the postcart with pots and pans and old furniture for the yellow house. Wow, they were very kind. Look at all that furniture they're giving to Vincent the painter. Camille picked a huge bunch of sunflowers for the painter and put them in a big brown pot. I like how the author has described the pot. It was big and it was brown. Vincent was very pleased to have two good friends. Wow, going from no friends to having two. That's awesome. Vincent asked Camille's father if he would like to have his picture painted, dressed in his best blue uniform. So there he is in his postman's uniform. "You must sit quite still," said Vincent. Camille watched everything. He loved the bright colours Vincent used and the strong smell of paint. He saw the face of his father appear like magic on the canvas. The picture was strange, but very beautiful. And this is a picture of the real painting. Vincent said he would like to paint the whole family. Camille's mother, his big brother, and his baby sister. And at last, Camille himself. Camille was very excited. He'd never had his photograph taken. Wow. We take photographs all the time, don't we? Camille took his painting into school. He wanted everyone to see it, but the children didn't like the picture. They all began to laugh. Then Camille felt very sad. Oh dear, that's not kind. After school, some of the older children started teasing Vincent. They ran along behind him as he went out to paint. Even the grown-ups joined him. "It's time you got a real job," they said, "instead of playing with paints all day." But we know different, don't we? We know that painters can have real jobs painting. Artists are amazing people. All that afternoon, Camille sat watching Vincent work. It was very hot, but Vincent worked fast. He painted the sunflower fields and even the sun itself. "He is the sunflower man," thought Camille. "If I were rich, I would buy all your paintings," he said. "Thank you, my friend," laughed Vincent. When Camille and Vincent came back from the fields, Some children from Camille's school were waiting for them. They shouted at Vincent and threw stones. Oh, goodness me! Camille wanted them to stop, but what could he do? He was only a small boy. At last he ran home in tears. "Listen, Camille," said his father. People often laugh at things that are different, but I've got a feeling that one day they will learn to love Vincent's paintings. Oh, and there's his dad looking after Camille. That night, Camille had a strange dream. He saw Vincent standing in the moonlight high above the town. He had stuck candles on his hat so that he could see. The Sunflower Man was painting the stars. And this is a very, very famous painting called Starry Night that Vincent Van Gogh actually painted. Early next morning, Camille was woken by a loud knocking at the door. Some men from the town had come to see his father. "Listen, postman," they said, "we want you to give this letter to your friend. It says he must pack up his paints and leave our town." Camille slipped out through the back door and ran down the street to the yellow house. Wow, that wasn't very kind. It seemed very quiet inside. Then Camille saw the sunflowers he had picked for Vincent. They had all dried up and died. Camille felt sadder than ever. He found Vincent upstairs packing his bags. Vincent looked very tired, but he smiled at Camille. "Don't be sad," he said. "It's time for me to paint somewhere else now. Perhaps people there will like my pictures. But first, I have something to show you." I wonder what that could be. Any ideas? Let's find out. Vincent lifted down a big picture. There were Camille's sunflowers, bigger and brighter than ever. Camille looked at the painting, then he smiled too. "Goodbye, Sunflower Man," he whispered, and ran out of the yellow house into the sunshine. Wow, that is a beautiful painting, and he's used lots of different shades of yellow and brown and green. Camille's father was right. People did love to learn Vincent's paintings. Today you would have to be very, very rich to buy one, but people visit galleries and museums all over the world just to look at pictures of the yellow house, of Camille and his family, and most of all, the sunflowers, so bright and yellow they look like real suns. And there is a picture that Vincent did of himself. It's called a self-portrait. So Vincent Van Gogh lived a long time ago, but his art still influences us today. I really like this story about how you can become friends with people who are not like you and I, but people just the same. Until next time, ka kite.